Pep Guardiola behind him say when it comes to say one of the coaches are all rebuilding a particular team, he is one of them. You talk about Carlo Ancelotti or Obeba into Chelsea Football Club. At the time, I know Betima dominating English Premiership, dominating even in some part of Europe, and then he will still come into Chelsea Football Club, try to make sure so very rebuild that kind of team now, not Asaya or no Befa, you know. You talk about Obedi Sir Alex Ferguson about Manchester United, very rebuild team solely by the kind of policy of the tour since 1992 or 1992 classics now, a real move to Manchester United. You talk about Jose Mourinho, a lot of coaches are almost superb when it comes to rebuilding a football club or making a merge up to become a good quality team or making a competing in most of the competitions in Europe. But Pep Guardiola did it for FC Barcelona, latter part of 2008-2009. Did it for the side of Bayern Munich, and then he came to Manchester City, and Man City has been a test of time for Pep Guardiola. Guardiola went to a team, and now he needed to assemble a lot of players, making sure that he will buy in a lot of players. Or the Chiki Baby Stan was set down as a sporting director that will formulate a good policy project for the side of Manchester City, or formulating a good project for the football club. But after all of these years of dominating the English Premiership, dominating in the Champions League, even in the FA Cup and any other competitions at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, it's not dominating. No, he will still need to find another way next season. He will try to have a good rebuilding structure for Manchester City as a good football club, but they will try to compete in next season. But all competing, so we'll share in sectors of his team. Now we hear most of the things, and as most of these players are competing in the Amana. You talk about the midfield. Midfield, Rodrigo Cascante, who has been consistent for 3 years with him, Edam at the side of Pep Guardiola in that particular midfield. Then you talk about Bernardo Silva, Alonso Agner in Finfield, as sometimes as a half space depictor, and even Kevin De Bruyne, who always becomes as a creativa and as a number 10, or create a lot of chances for the side of Pep Guardiola. One particular thing about Kevin De Bruyne is that he is a holding up midfielder. He has that kind of play, which might create a lot of chances, and then he can give you that particular goals. So, 33 years, that's the next season, or free football club, any other football club, he will try as much as possible as a coach to bring in the basic replacement for the side of Kevin De Bruyne. And I hope, and a Florian Wirtz in common 80 bem. Florian Wirtz is that particular fine player for Bayer or for Leverkusen. This season, he has contributed a lot of success for the side of Xabi Alonso. The team not share last season almost invincibles in most of the matches are almost unbeaten domestically. Oh, really? The Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. He was part of that particular team. Betty McCarthy said he was one of the instrumental players who played a pivotal role in making sure that the project ABOU for Leverkusen will be living up to that particular expectation. But coming to Manchester City now, he will still find that kind of contributing role. Kevin De Bruyne, Edelman aside of Pep Guardiola in the midfield, no, he will still find that particular space. Pep Guardiola will still want to use this particular player as a creativa, as a holding up midfielder, as a linking up midfielder, sometimes as an auxiliary striker who just plays behind Erling Haaland in that particular attacking third of Manchester City. And in common airban say Enra, and then my papa every Maastricht, or Dutch, a far playing they call Blackpool, Pep Guardiola, could cool in common. That was a lockdown conversation, a course between Pep Guardiola, Florian Wirtz, and the side of Onwan Kasani period of could do some particular in common. But Okodu, you know, and your Manchester City in Kwano 18 common. Liverpool for Edom Jim, Manchester United, Edom Jim, and even Manchester City are still in that particular possession of Money 18 common. Although say Manchester City has a buy for Leverkusen, or move value Papa FS Florian Wirtz to close to about 150 million euros for Onwan Kasani price tag. So any other football club, every football club, you need to get close to about 150 million euros with matter Florian Wirtz from the side of buy for Leverkusen. Manchester City, 80 million make it close statement say they will buy Papa FS Florian Wirtz. And until the Pep Guardiola and negotiated that kind of in common now, or then the Mamane Papa I fly from Dutch to the side of England. Currently, as we speak, Liverpool will try to get involved in making sure that they will also get the signature of Florian Wirtz. But Sika Manchester City for a proposal them for one vet, it's close to about 120 million euros or they buy for Leverkusen. What it means is when it comes to other factors, Papa even said Pep Guardiola to me, I'm making sure that deal will be permanent for Manchester City. They say Omanko referee James McCarthy will be added to that particular deal. I can't say buy for Leverkusen before say if only they wouldn't even accept the 120 million euros now. He he will try as much as possible to add James McAtee to that particular deal. It's about James McAtee plus 120 million euros, and then other says he can be buy for Leverkusen plus that particular main player, so that some player and echo into the side of buy for Leverkusen. They will understand the agreement, and the side of Florian Wirtz will come to Manchester City and play for Manchester City. Not only for Florian Wirtz, for that particular number 10 creative Aurora Oberbo, and also be replacing Edema Kevin De Bruyne. But the Tijani Reijnders, also AC Milan. Now, when we didn't catch us, say Real Madrid Football Club, and and possibly they will still have a squad needed for Real Madrid. They'll be added Tijani Reijnders of AC Milan to the side of Real Madrid Football Club. But in Komona Urban said, Papa said Pep Guardiola wants to formulate another triangular square in that particular match for Manchester City next season. And who said Tijani Reijnders and even the side of Florian Wirtz and then Rodrigo Cascante will form majority part of Onwankasa midfield of forming about Manchester City or Bobo Konim, and they will need a lot of attacking zone attacking very well. Jeremy Doku said that TBR Pep Guardiola into situations say Sabona Auburn so also in next season in about next 5 matches. That's when Timambo Boni from Manchester City Jeremy Doku omitima turn in every football club any other football club. But for Liverpool Football Club, in common with Liverpool, say Jeremy Frimpong. And when Mekacho said Liverpool, a person will find a replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And they will see to it, say Jeremy Frimpong will be a basic replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Commoner everybody free Liverpool was so and say, currently as we speak, some negotiation in Commoner Air Course together with Jeremy Frimpong, I'm not calling off because of say the sporting director currently or Liverpool and as lot of said in Commoner who said when it comes to the right full back position, I'm more Gerald Council as a right centre back, and then he can be used as a right full back for the side of Liverpool Football Club. And they also have Obisa Conor Bradley, who plays so well. Abraham Trent Alexander-Arnold this season. Oprakot nature, they saw Conor Bradley on Liverpool Academy in Mobile. He came in, stepped that particular position, and he made that position as Onwankasane Dia Obo Nye Edema and a slot in this particular season. So say Trent Alexander-Arnold, free Liverpool, the natural Real Madrid Football Club, they wouldn't want to find any basic replacement. To Jeremy Frimpong, they free buy all for Leverkusen, but then nobody used to Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley will become the main replacement factor for the side of Liverpool Football Club or Nobesi Akain Edema Liverpool. But to the side of Arsenal Football Club, Arsenal will still be a problem for Mikel Arteta this season. McCarthy said Mikel Arteta project now said them at the side of Arsenal. He will need a solid striker with leading the attacking role at the Arsenal. Currently, as we speak, Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal, Kai Havertz, and they don't have a stable force who can just give them that clinical number of goals for the side of Arsenal Football Club. Osho Obi say Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, they give them that particular goals, but Upobia as a force number 9 inside the box, Obeti more consistent, close to about 18 to 19 goals, 20 goals per season. They are lacking that type of striker, Arsenal, Ebetimi Enyebi. And currently as you speak, Sporting Lisbon, almost top-notch striker for Victor Gyökeres, no? Papa said Mikel Arteta and Abraham Dinko, but last week, with the dying from which the catcher said, Arsenal advanced that particular talks with Victor Gyökeres. Currently as you speak, making sure says that deal no meet deal no the value of my plazy our Sporting Lisbon top striker no is 60 million euros. And Arsenal in common Rodrigo de go is AD or Real Madrid Football Club no Andrea Berta making sure say obetimi put to that particular stop to that particular transfer na air course together Rodrigo de Gues and Real Madrid no are focusing mainly in the striking position of Arsenal Football Club. Victor Gyökeres this season for Sporting Lisbon have given them close to about 2-figure good contribution of goals for Sporting Lisbon. Almost dominating currently in the Portuguese league flight. Currently as we speak, Sir Arsenal and Victor Gyökeres at the number Arsenal Football Club. He can fit in that number 9 force rower. Arsenal will need him to score a lot of goals because we Gabriel Martinelli, Obo in the far left, Leandro Trossard, Obo in the far left. Obu of Bukayo Saka at any moment in time, he can come in, step in, and then score a lot of goals for you. Or Kai Havertz as an auxiliary striker, he can easily score a lot of goals for you. And they think, say, Papa said Victor Gyökeres can come in, 60 million euros, the value, he can easily score that number of goals for you. But Thomas Partey at Arsenal, DIABY, he wants to extend his contract with Arsenal Football Club. Mm-hmm. But Partey's situation with Arsenal, they say, Partey is not happy with the way and manner Andre Berta, any Mikel Arteta, any they call it about the extension of contract. I was almost 10 man or Arsenal. In community, and say Thomas Partey beso be free Arsenal Bobo Kunim. Although say what is Martin Zubimendi Eba Arsenal Football Club, he still wants to get into the midfield role of Arsenal, fight for his position, and make sure that he will be the number 1 midfielder for Arsenal Football Club as a basic deep line playmaker for Arsenal. But me clear that as who say, Bona or Bono Ewie on free football club in Munko. Thomas Partey agent na contacted Andre Betebusa and the contract extension of him so with my sign a contract the man and no answer. We'll give you almost 48 hours. Up to now, I know say, and then you remember 48 hours. 48 hours now. Thomas Partey agents number of hours to the man Arsenal Eberson. Currently, as you speak, Arsenal for my good response to Partey a camp. And Omu making sure say response to me and bar. If you actually Thomas Partey, but make a big decision. Either say Thomas Partey beko Italy and also beko Saudi Arabia. No, that decision will be made in Yambo Wachina. So Arsenal. The kind of man in the way of man or Thomas Partey contract extension economy Partey camp no omeninje. But for Papa you say Antoine Semenyo. Oh, it's not academy AFC Bournemouth. Now the Mercato say a lot of clubs and they interested. So meets signing Antoine Semenyo as a basic striker for the side of AFC Bournemouth. Manchester United team borrow that particular reasoning. Yes, Manchester United. When you check about the value of Antoine Semenyo at AFC Bournemouth, can speak. Already close to about 45 to 50 million euros this season for the side of AFC Bournemouth because of the kind of performance which may give it up Edema AFC Bournemouth. And the Ruben Amon said the kind of ball number, the 3-5-2 system number of Manchester United no. So one particular striker which might press it very hard in the opponent attacking boxer. Antoine Semenyo this season for the side of AFC Bournemouth. Open most of these strikers who press it very well in the English Premiership. It is to be said Antoine Semenyo which press it very hard for the side of AFC Bournemouth. And when they say whatever Manchester United are, he can easily do that particular job. Strikers no mono Muntimino. Antoine Semenyo can easily do that particular job for the side of Manchester United. So society needs to go through Edema Antoine Semenyo. It will be a good moment for Ghana.
Mate, made us a pair Ghanaian na udina Manchester.